Join us today as we discuss how to choose the right builder for your custom home project. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us on another episode as we discuss the custom home building process. I am Sean Coy. I am the president and owner of SDS Homes Construction. And with me today, as always, my beautiful wife and partner, Chantel.
Hi, I'm Chantel, the CFO and the office manager.
So today, we got a good one. We're going to talk about how to choose the right custom home builder for your project.
Very, very important.
Right?
Yes.
So we want to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to select the right one, and you can make your own decision up from there. But at least do these steps, at a minimum. So tip number one, do your research.
Sounds easy enough.
Yeah.
But people don't do it.
Believe it or not, you'll be amazed at how many people don't do their research. And I'm talking about just look at the reviews, right? Mm-hmm. Go on Google, do a quick search of them to see what pops up. You might be surprised.
Some testimonials.
Yeah, testimonials, if they have any. And even if they're accredited, with any associations, builder associations.
CSLB.
Well, they must be licensed, yes. But, builders associations or anything like that. And just do a little 5-minute research, right? It goes a long way. A lot of people don't even do that much. They sit there and call up the first builder that pops up, and I'm not going to say phone book because we don't use phone books anymore.
We do not.
But the first builder that pops up online and they just start calling, right, and saying, can you build my house?
Yes.
Just do a little research.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Tip number 2 is ask for recommendations. This is it's my favorite thing, I think, that when people ask for our recommendations, because not everything goes perfect during a build. So don't get me wrong, but we have worked with some fantastic people and clients. And so them, talking to others about our work and what we do makes me happy. Yeah. So, ask for those recommendations. It shouldn't be hard for them to provide you a couple.
Right. And recommendations will give you the real bottom line on who they are, right? Because those clients aren't going to, elaborate just good only, right? Because it's their home. So they're going to actually tell you the truth and say, well, this is what I liked and this is what I didn't like.
Which is okay, because that's what makes us grow.
Yeah. Okay. Tip number 3, review portfolios and past projects. So most builders should have a website. And if they do have a website, they should have some of their past projects on there, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So it's really easy to do a little search, on their website and look at the stuff that they've done in the past. If they don't have anything up, you can always email them or call them and ask them, hey, can you send me some pictures of, a couple of houses you've recently done?
Yes.
Some actually have full portfolios, which is a good thing to do. That way you can see kind of how they've evolved and the different styles of houses they've built, right?
Yeah, agreed.
So, look into that. I'm sorry, did I cut you off? You're going to?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So portfolios and past projects are a good way to see what kind of work they do.
Absolutely. In thinking right now, it is also cool when we have clients come in and they want to review our work, and we're like, hey, you want to take a look at what we're doing currently?
Right.
They get super excited to do that and go out and look at something that we're currently building, whatever phase it's in. They're happy to see it, right? If we're in framing or if we've just poured foundation or things like that. So seeing those is kind of pretty cool.
They just want to know that we're real and like we're actually doing
what
stuff.
you're doing.
Yeah.
Because that's important.
Yes. I like it.
Number 4, I know I jumped ahead earlier, but this is checking their licenses, right? And insurance. Super important that you check those things. And as I mentioned before, CSLB, you can go on there and check and make sure they have workers' comp, and they have a business license and all those things. That is very, very important. And it tells you a lot of information if they're suspended and all kinds of things. So don't be afraid to check in on that.
You can get some good dirt.
Some good stuff.
You get some good dirt by going on there and seeing what they're all about, right?
Yes.
And you'd be surprised at how many clients call us and find, after finding out that the contractor they were going to go with, they found out, he's not licensed. He's a handyman, but he says he can build a house, right? It's like you might not want to do that.
Might not want to do that.
Yeah. So check licenses and make sure they have their insurance and everything.
Very important.
Yep. Tip number 5 is interview potential builders, right?
Don't be afraid.
Nope. You got to talk to them in person or Zoom, not just a phone call, because sitting down next to somebody and talking, you get to see their mannerisms. You get to see how they react to certain things that you ask them. And you'll get a good, what you like to say, vibe from them.
I get that from the kids.
Yeah.
That vibe.
Just by sitting down and talking to them. Even go to a coffee shop. If they don't have an office, but if they do, go to their office, sit down. We have clients all the time, even ones that don't end up hiring us for whatever reason, but they sit down and they'll ask us, good pointed questions, right? And they want to see how you react. What makes you different, right? What's your scheduling like? All these little things, right? But just interview builders, sit down with the top 2 maybe that you're thinking about hiring and get a good feel for them.
Yes, and I did mention this earlier, but in regards to like site visits, right? They come to our office and we sit down and we're talking a little bit and we ask them, hey, do you want to go out to see something? But don't be afraid if they haven't brought that up to you to ask them, is there something that you're building currently that we can take a ride and go visit and see? Because I think that's important. You can see their work. Right. Once you're walking into a home, you might not notice all the nuances and things because you're not a builder, right? But if something is crooked or what happened here, you can point out things and ask questions. So I think it's important, if possible, to go out and view one of their current projects.
Yeah, it should be, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good point. Tip number 7 is review contracts thoroughly.
I like this.
Yeah, we have a whole podcast on contracts. But yeah, review contracts. Say, hey, send me a sample contract. We have sample contracts where we black out, all the pertinent information of the clients. It says sample straight across it, but it's an actual contract that they're going to get from us that talks about all the different things that are included, right? And, we've heard of people giving like 1-page documents on a napkin that says, here's the price and sign here. I'll do it for you.
Absolutely not.
Right. You don't want that.
No. And don't be afraid to ask questions when you're looking at the contract. You could highlight, once they come into the office so we can go over those specific things. We need to make sure that you understand what you're signing. It's as much for us as it is for our clients, right? It's protecting both of us. So it's important that you know what's in that contract and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Right.
No question is a bad question.
Correct.
Tip number 8. Trust your instincts. I'm good on this, right? Yeah. I get a feeling about things. Sometimes my husband, he's like, what? I get a feeling on things and about things. I'm like, no, we shouldn't do that. Or sometimes it's, no, this client I don't think is right for us. I'm sure they're going to get their house built and it's going to be lovely, but they might not be a good client for us. The interview process is as much for you all as it is for us, right? We're both interviewing one another, just to make sure that we can, go through the build process together, our communication styles and things like that. So trust what you're feeling inside. Trust your instincts. Yeah, and I got to tell you guys a little story. Uh-oh. It's happened a couple times. Uh-oh. My wife has the instinct gene. I don't, I guess, but there's been 2 occasions that she's told me, no, let's pass on this job. And I thought, are you crazy? This is like one of the biggest jobs we've ever got. Like the money is crazy, and I was excited to add this to our portfolio. And she said, no, I think we should pass. And I ended up passing on that job, which was crazy. Even my friends were like, what are you doing? My wife. Yeah. My wife said, I can't do this one. I got to go home, guys. I can't play no more. No. But she was right, because we found out later on that the contractor that did work for them was in legal battle. Right? And then the second story I got to tell you guys is we had a client redline our contract. Oh, yes. So we sent the contract out for him to review. Pretty standard. And again, our contract is drawn up by lawyers, right? So it's protecting both the client and the contractor. So he sent it back to us, and the whole thing was rewritten. It was professionally redlined, like, and then his paragraph was inserted, and then his paragraph was inserted. Absolutely not. It was crazy. And then he changed the draw schedule. Yeah. He wanted the draw schedule to change so that, we barely got any money up front, and all the money was going to be given to us in the end. So he basically wanted us to finance his job. That's what essentially it was going on. So for that one, we passed as well, and that
we found out, gave somebody else some issues as well. But we're not going to, overlook her gene, her instinct gene. I trust her wholeheartedly. That's why she's my partner, and she's my right-hand woman, and I ride or die with her. So I have to listen to her sometimes.
Sometimes. Thank you all.
Anyway, that was just a little insight into our personal lives. We just want to share that with you guys. Again, thanks for being on this episode. If you have any comments or questions about any of those 8 items that we just talked about, because I know we go fast on these because we don't want to lengthen them out. We want to keep them short and sweet for you guys. Drop the comments below. We will answer them. And on the next episode, we might do a little podcast on just questions only that we're getting from people, right? Yeah. So stay tuned. Again, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate the likes and all the comments. Keep them coming, and we'll keep these coming as well.
Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.